Hey guys, welcome back to Just a Geek in the Garage. So I had a commenter ask me after I did my pliers video of Harbor Freight pliers about specifically electrical pliers from Harbor Freight. Now, they didn't specify exactly what they meant by that, but I wanted to kind of bring out everything that I have from Harbor Freight and kind of go over, what I like, what I don't like. For those of you asking, and there's always one in the commenters, why you should listen to me. Well, you don't have to, obviously. You can always skip this video. But, where I came up as a tech back in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, doing electrical on cars. So we're talking about things like stereos, amplifiers, alarms, video system, custom lighting, and I would also diagnose any kind of electrical issue, either with the factory computer or with, wiring harnesses, relays, etc. So basically anything and everything dealing with wiring, that's what I used to do. So when the commenter asked me about the electrical pliers, I said, you know what, great, let's talk about it. So let me kind of show you, first of all, what I used to use as a professional, and things have kind of come a long way since then. But basically what I used to use, especially by the time I was done working, was this set right here was pretty much in my pocket at all times, right? So I had these guys. These are older Bluepoint. The new version of these, I think, are actually blue. But this is what I would use to basically, strip wire. And this is what I would use to cut and crimp the connections, the ones that basically look like the ones that are right over here. So again, this is basically what sat with you. Now, I used to have an old school red handled one because they didn't have green handle back then. These have been long since warranted. But again, this was kind of my go-to. Things I also used, before I could afford the Snap-on, is I kind of started off with this guy right here, which is a Pittsburgh. And it worked. It did its job. Didn't have a lot of leverage though. So it definitely kind of hurt your hands a little bit sometimes, but it did what it needed to do. And then I had upgraded to channel lock at one point as well. And these guys are great. Honestly, they work probably just as well as the Snap-on for, less than half the price, probably a quarter of the price or something like that. But so that's what I used to use professionally. And then, recently, within the last couple of years, I got into these guys right here. And this one, even for being such a small set of pliers, great amount of kind of leverage, when you're crimping and stripping, kind of an all-in-one. So instead of having to take all this with you, you can just take something like this. But, I digress. Let's talk about Harbor Freight stuff specifically and what they basically have to kind of compete with that, because what I just showed would be very expensive to buy. So if the commenter was talking about things like lineman's pliers. Now, I don't do a ton of work on solid core wire. I do a little bit, things like, all basic homeowner type stuff of, changing out, light switches and electrical fixtures and all that kind of stuff, and outlets and whatever, and working a little bit on the breaker box. So all that I have experience doing. These are good for kind of twisting, wire and stuff like that. But I'm going to kind of gloss over this, to be honest with you, because if you have questions regarding that, I think there's another YouTuber, I believe, called American Electrician, who probably can give you a little bit more expertise about that. I'm more of a kind of stranded wire, like I said, in-car kind of guy. Maybe something like, 12 to maybe 18 gauge is usually what I typically worked with. Although I did get down into the 0 gauge for certain things like amplifiers, etc. Multiple batteries in a car to support those old school sound systems, if you guys remember. So let me kind of show you, what I would use today and what I would avoid from Harbor Freight if I was to kind of start this all over again. Now, I'm an older guy now, as you can tell from my timeline. So, my hands tend to kind of hurt a little bit. And, the days of, crimping using, something like this, I can still do it, obviously, but after I do a few of them, I can definitely start feeling it, in my hands. And I'm sure you old timers out there can kind of agree with me. So what I've kind of started doing is, while there's nothing wrong with, doing something like this, right? There's the Doyle version right here, and this is the Doyle cutter and crimper. And then, like I said, they still sell a version of this guy right here at Pittsburgh. And you can do this right here. So either one of these sets, you could pretty much accomplish whatever you need, anywhere from 10 to 20 gauge wire. You can strip, you can cut, you can crimp with these guys. But you know, if you want to save your hands, I would kind of avoid those. And honestly, two things to kind of avoid at all costs, at least in my opinion, is something like this right here that's super thin that barely ever work, or something like this is kind of a universal. I mean, if you have a job that is like a literal one-off and you plan on never using electrical pliers again, go for it, but just know they're not going to work that well. They may be able to accomplish the job, but ultimately they're kind of a throwaway thing. And I did, you know, I remember I first bought a set like this from probably Pep Boys that was like this. It came with a bunch of these guys, and that thing got, you know, I don't even know where that is. That thing got tossed a long time ago. So having said that, and then one thing to touch on before I continue on with my recommendation is, again, I'm not sure exactly what he meant. If he meant things like insulated pliers for electrical work, this is a Quinn set right here that there's, you know, some linemen's, if you're, you know, working on a breaker box, any kind of live wire, these things are rated to 1,000 volts. Honestly, I don't know how much I would trust Quinn for something like that. I mean, I do love my Quinn products. I have a set of VHA that I use for that specifically, just because I figured, you know what, nice German brand. You know, if you're, you know, your life is on the line with these guys sometimes, and that's what I personally prefer. But I'm sure they can't get away with saying they're 1,000 volt rated without being certified and stuff like that. So, sorry about that, guys. So, you know, use at your own risk. You know, your mileage may vary, all that kind of good stuff. So sorry about moving the camera there. So again, I'm going to move these guys out of the way. And then I believe there's a Pittsburgh version of this as well, but same kind of disclaimer for that. So let's kind of continue on. As you see, we're kind of dwindling our selection here on the things that I actually like. And then this one guy right here, you know, I know I've mentioned this one before. Sadly, this has been discontinued. I believe a company called Southwire, somebody in my comments had mentioned, is the ones that make these guys, or at least rebrands them. This is one of the few USA-made tools from Icon. There's like this, and there's the pry bar, and I think a handful of other things. But sadly, this thing got discontinued. But this one really only has kind of a use case for stripping wires when you are, like, you know, maybe under a dash in an awkward spot, stuff like that. So let's kind of get these out of the way as well. So it kind of leaves me with these pliers that I have here in front of you. So, you know, if you are looking for a kind of all-purpose, one plier to rule them all, as it were, right? I think either one of these sets would do you well. Now, you know, these Doyle ones I've only had for a few months, but I was actually working on my car recently, wiring and stuff like that, and I decided to grab these guys, and I was actually pretty impressed with them because you have your kind of needle nose right here, so you have, you know, a set of pliers right there. You can strip your your wires right here. You have crimpers right there, and then you have some bolt cutters. If you use them, I rarely ever use the bolt cutter, but for something that is kind of an all-in-one, not a bad set of pliers. You know, you can just kind of carry this around. It's good to go. It has a nice big handle, so when you're, you know, crimping down, it doesn't really hurt your hands nearly as much. And then this guy, as you can see, is a kind of a carbon copy of the Snap-on version. Snap-on has two different versions of these guys. The one that I have is, let me always forget which one it is. This one goes from 12 to 20 when it comes to the wire gauge. This one goes from 14 to 24. And Snap-on also has a 14 to 24, but, you know, I have this guy, so it was perfect that the one that Icon came up with is the 14 to 24. So it complements this, not as an exact replica, but maybe they'll come out with the other version. But one thing about these guys that I was very, very surprised with is, you know, they're pretty small, you know, especially compared to, let me grab them here. Sorry, a lot of pliers in front of me. Okay, so when you're comparing it to something like this, and you're kind of crimping down on, you know, one of these type of connectors, you know, this one takes a decent amount of force, you know, to do when you're squeezing it, right? You can really kind of feel that, and you would assume that with a smaller set of pliers like this, where your kind of hand is away from the fulcrum, or is much closer to the fulcrum, that it would be much harder, but it's actually pretty much the same, if not a little bit easier, and it seems to crimp a little bit more, I don't know if you guys can see that, a little bit more kind of even than the other guy. So something to consider. So again, for something where it's going to be an all-in-one, hey, I just want to grab one one set of, you know, pliers, strippers, etc., this is something that I would go with. Now, having said that, and again, being kind of an old timer, one thing that I avoided for the life of me because I thought it was, you know, almost shameful to use, and you guys, you know, comment down below if you kind of thought the same thing, was these guys. Now, a lot of the ones that I tried back in the day didn't work that well, and I wasn't willing to spend a lot of money on them. But now, you know, Pittsburgh and Quinn have both come out with these automatic wire strippers, and honestly, I was kind of shocked by how well these things work. So if you guys don't know how these things work, instead of, you know, having to go through and figure out, you know, okay, which wire gauge is this, you know, put it in the thing, do that, you know, kind of hold tight as you know, as you pull up on there. Instead of having to go through all of that, literally all you have to do is you put in the, let's see if I can get this on camera really well here. You just put the cable right, or the wire right in here as far as you want to go. You just basically barely squeeze, and there you go. I mean, for me, I thought those were crazy. And the let me actually cut off this excess. Oop. Do that all the way, and then show you the Pittsburgh. So the Pittsburgh ones work almost as well. I mean, I haven't had any issues with the Pittsburgh one. So you can see that it automatically finds the gauge for you. And honestly, it is much, much easier on the hands, I feel, like something like this than something like this, or especially something like that. Now, that's when it comes to stripping the wire. Now, when it comes to crimping the wire, again, both of these have, you know, built-in crimpers as well. But if this is something where you're going to be, you know, working on something all day long and, you know, your hands are going to get tired, as I know mine do, something like this right here, these ratcheting style crimpers are awesome. So, you know, you put it right where it is, and, you know, it has a nice little gauge for which color you're using. As far as the gauge, you know, yellow goes in there, blue goes in the middle, and red goes on the end. But basically, it just takes a minimal amount of force right here. You hear a click, and then you are done. And I mean, it's probably going to be hard for me to get this on camera. Let me see. Oh, there we go. So you can see how nice and even that crimp is. It's going to get that wire very, very nicely, you know, on there for you. So, you know, what I would say personally, if I had to kind of do it over again, is this is what I would kind of carry around with me. And then if I was working on a project that required a lot of stripping wires, crimping wires, things like that, I would probably go for something like this. So, you know, tell me, you know, what do you guys think? Do you guys kind of agree with my, you know, my choices here as far as which ones you would go with? Again, this comes from an old, you know, electrical auto tech that used to do this day in and day out for years. So, and I remember, you know, how, you know, my fingers would basically be raw at the end of the day with dealing with these stranded wires. So, again, leave in the comments below what you guys think of these choices. I believe this is most of what Harbor Freight carries when it comes to electrical pliers. And if the commenter that asked about this, if this is not what you were looking for, you know, please comment again and let me know if this helped you or if I was way off the topic that you were looking for. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe.